Pollination occurs when pollen produced on stamens relocates to the stigma of a flower. It takes place with the assistance of winged insects and animals. Plants adapt for pollination by wind and insects through producing large stigmas which provide a bigger surface area to capture pollen carried by wind. Exposed anthers also assist with retaining the pollen. Enormous quantities of smooth pollen formulation is advantageous as it restores any pollen lost during wind transfers. Often hay fever occurs as a result of large amounts of pollen produced. Enticing pollinators such as honeybees to the range of bright, vibrant floral colors allow the insect to extract sticky pollen and pass it on to other blossoms. The attraction of nectar and fragrances from Australian flora guides the insects to the pollinated flower. The Dichlanche crenata is found amongst the seaside in sandy bay soil and depends on wind to pollinate compared to the Melaleuca fulgens, which rely on insect pollination. The Melaleuca is found in most soils situated in direct sun. Plants adapt for pollination by other animals such as birds through strong colors such as red, orange, and yellow visually attract Trichoglossus hematodes for pollination, producing large volumes of nectar sticks to the bird's bodies and is moved from one blossom to the other. The Banksia integrifolia is an example of Australian flora that requires birds to pollinate. Seed dispersal involves removing seeds from a plant and placing it in an alternate location. Three types of seed dispersal are ant dispersal, where a stronger flesh layer on outside of seeds attracts ants which assist in transportation to nests. Examples of ant dispersal plants are the daisy-leaved goodenia, narrow-lined-leaved acacia, and guinea flower, which are mostly found in arid conditions. Plant adaptations for wind dispersal. Seeds with fine hairs are produced and are able to move with wind as a result of their light weight. Larger seeds rely on wing-like structures to help keep them floating in air. Examples of wind dispersal plants are Osteostepa densiflora. Plant adaptations for animal dispersal. Seeds with hooks are significant for animal dispersal as it latches onto their fur and are relocated. Seeds pass through animal digestive systems and harvest new plants once excreted. And an Australian plant that requires an animal dispersal is the Echina ovina. Three types of asexual reproduction. Spore formation. Spore formation is the creation of reproductive cells. It usually occurs when fungi reproduces multiple times, resulting in large quantities of single-cell spores. Spore formation is found in the Australian fern plant. Budding. Certain fungi demonstrate the process of budding. It begins with the production of a daughter cell via mitosis. The daughter cell continues to grow while still attached to the parent cell. Eventually, it isolates itself from the parent cell and begins to develop as a singular cell. Budding is commonly found in Australian coral. Vegetative reproduction, where organisms that are multicellular disconnect from their parent bodies and germinate independently, mainly around the root area. This type of asexual reproduction is shown in Australian flora such as Pennisetum clandestinum.